Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Sunday meal prep video. I am so glad that you are joining me today for another Sunday meal prep. I love meal prepping. It is a lot of work to kind of get everything done at one time, but I tried to do it in like a 3 to 4 hour window, and then we literally do not have to cook anymore during the week. So if you are new here, my name is Jennifer. I am 47 years old. I have been doing WW since about 2019, September maybe 2019, so about 3 years I guess now. And I love doing it. I feel like it is a good flexible way of eating, gives me a lot of choices, and my husband eats these meals as well because it's not like I'm eating diet food per se. I'm just trying to eat healthy, fruits, vegetables, low-fat meats, and stuff like that, and so he eats it as well. So I always choose 2 meals each week. I make 6 servings of each, and then we alternate those Sunday night through Friday night. And then sometimes I make a dessert, sometimes I don't. Just kind of depends on my mood and if I find a dessert that I want to make. If you haven't yet, I would love it if you'd go ahead and subscribe, and also follow me over on Instagram, and also join my Facebook group. I have a really great Facebook group. It is called Finding Our Way. I co-admin that with Roy from Recipes with Roy and Bree with Balancing Life with Bree. So there is a direct link down in the description box to that Facebook group. Also in the description box is a link to Weight Watchers if you want to try out a free month, and I will get a free month as well if you use my link. Of course, they may have a better special going on now, I'm not sure. Also, there's a link to my Fetch Rewards and my Amazon store and stuff down there as well. So always check out the description box, and I will have my recipes linked or typed out down there, and the link to my WW app so that you can import it into yours. It only works if you are using the actual Weight Watchers app or website or whatever. With all of that being said, for the menu today, we are going to make Marry Me Chicken. That's going to be number 1. I'm going to make some of the rotini Fiber Gourmet pasta to go along with it as well, and probably some green beans on the side. I think that would be a good side to go with that meal. I've never made the pasta with it before. Sometimes I've made mashed potatoes or cauliflower rice or something, but felt like doing some pasta today. I might make a little extra sauce just since I am doing the pasta, so that I will have enough sauce to kind of coat the pasta. We'll see. It might increase the points by like a point or something, but that should still be okay. My other meal is just going to be simple taco bowls. I always like to do like maybe 1 complex meal and then 1 simple meal. And then for dessert, I think I'm going to make the sugar-free chocolate cake mix with the Diet Dr. Pepper and make that into muffins. Sometimes I get 12 to 15 muffins, just kind of depends on how much I put in there. I am going to have to pick up some of that Ready Whip that I like. I like the coconut Ready Whip. It's like 0 points or whatever, maybe 1 point for a serving of that. And yeah, that's what's on the menu for the day. I do prep my breakfast. I usually do not film that because I'm just making like a big batch of scrambled eggs. I go ahead and cook my bacon and stuff as well. I don't have to make a lot of fruit bowls today. In fact, I'm not sure if I will make fruit bowls or if I will just put my fruit in a container, because whenever I eat salads, I don't eat the fruit bowls because I just have the grapes and everything already in there. But by Thursday or Friday, I will want fruit bowls for the weekend to go along with my pizzas and everything. So I did get like 1 pineapple, 1 cantaloupe that Charlie has already cut up for me, but I really don't need it for the first part of the week, if that makes sense. And with all of that being said, let's just get right into the video. So for lunch this week, since I'm having salads, I am going to cook up 3 chicken breasts just in the crock pot. I'm really just going to lightly season it with a few seasonings. Of course, I'm going to use a salt and pepper. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And this will cook, and I will just shred it up and keep it in a bowl as I make my salads during the week. And then I will make a fresh salad every day. And the way I do my salads is just with my lettuce, which I have arugula and some spring mix this week. I like to put grapes on there, some craisins, and some sliced almonds. So I'm going to add a little bit of chicken seasoning in as well with the salt and pepper. Sometimes I season this very little, but today I am going to spice it up a little bit. I'm just going to use just a little bit of this Nashville hot chicken seasoning. I don't want the chicken to be like overpowered, but I am going to put liquid in there with chicken broth, so I think it will be okay. I'm going to put some paprika in as well, just a little bit. And see how I like it with a little bit of spice to the chicken. So I'm going to use my chili powder and my ground cumin. Y'all know I love that. And then all I'm going to do, get my chili powder in, and my ground cumin. And then I'm going to do 1 can of chicken broth. My battery's about to die. I'm going to see if I can get this done. Going to put that in, and then I'm just literally going to cover it with water and cook it for 8 hours. I'll probably fill the water up to about right here. I think that my camera's fixing to die. Hold 1 second. Okay, there was enough battery left for me to get the water in there. So that's all that I'm going to do. And then I'm just going to put it on high and set it for 8 hours. It probably won't have to cook for 8 hours, but I always just do that in case I forget about it, because it's not really going to matter. You just want it to be cooked through to where it shreds easily. That's when I think that it is the best. So that's how I cook my chicken for my salads, and then I just put it in a container and it is ready to go throughout the week.
You got that something, baby, that I can go without, just like a poison in me. You're all that I'm about. Loving the highs, don't mind the lows. It's getting out of my control. I want that something, baby.
Alrighty guys, I have my eggs and bacon ready for the week. I just always store my bacon just like this and put it in a Ziploc bag that I just literally reuse every week. So I will just fold that over, put that in there. I was already closing my eggs and then realized I needed to film them. So I have 5 servings of my scrambled eggs ready and 2 pieces of bacon for each day. So there's a total of 10 pieces of bacon here. I always cook it in the microwave. And then I have washed my grapes. I do go ahead and pluck them all off, wash them, let them soak in the white vinegar for a few minutes, and then just give them a good rinse. And I'll actually just leave them in this bowl open like this, and then just take out like a handful and throw on top of my salad whenever I make it each night. So this part is all done. Gonna put this up, and we're gonna get started on the Marry Me chicken. Okay, so I'm ready to get started on the Marry Me chicken. I actually have my recipe pulled up here that I put together. I just have made a lightened up version from delish.com's Marry Me chicken and just made some modifications to lower the points. So what you need is a couple of pounds of lean chicken breast. And so I have, I think, 3 chicken breasts here that Charlie has sliced in half for us. So we will each get basically half of a chicken breast. Chicken breast is 0 for me. I'm going to use olive oil spray, salt and pepper, of course, some minced garlic, some thyme and red pepper flakes. I am going to increase the liquids a little bit, like I said, since I'm going to make the light rotini, which this is the one that I like to use from Fiber Gourmet. So instead of half a cup of half and half, I'm going to use 1 cup of half and half. And then I'm also going to use just this whole can of chicken broth, where it calls for 3/4 of a cup of chicken broth. This is probably going to be a little over a cup. We'll see, maybe a cup and a half or so. And that way I will just have a little bit more of the sauce to put over the pasta. For the Parmesan cheese, I have 1/4 of a cup on the recipe. I'm probably going to use half a cup, and still just the same amount of sun-dried tomatoes. I love to get this one that's in the bag, not in the oil, so they are literally barely a point, if that. They might be 0 points. I'm not 100% sure. So it's really easy. So what we're going to do, we do preheat the oven. Make sure that you have a skillet that can go in the oven. I'm going to use this nice big stainless steel skillet. I only use it occasionally, especially if I need to put something in the oven. It is great. So we're going to season the chicken with the salt and pepper and basically sear it on each side. And then we're going to take it out, and then we're going to kind of make our sauce in the pan, and then we're going to put the chicken back in there, and then we will cook it in the oven for about 20 minutes or so. It does say that you can garnish with some fresh basil if you want to. I did not order any, so I don't have any fresh basil, but that is also an option. Now, if you follow the recipe as I have written up here, which is in the Facebook group under albums, then it comes out to about 2 points. This may be a little bit more since I am increasing the half and half, and I am going to increase the Parmesan cheese. Chicken broth is 0. Everything else should be about the same. I'm not even sure, dividing it into 6 servings, if that will increase it, but I would guess maybe by a point, if that. Regardless, I will have my recipe linked down below for you. And then for the side, I'm just going to do green beans. I need to go grab some. I have my pot already heating up the water to put the pasta in. So I'm going to get my green beans, put them on. I'm going to use my new pot from Caraway for the green beans. And I like to just put them on and put just a tiniest little bit of olive oil in there and salt and pepper, and let those just cook for a while, and then they are delicious just like that. So let me grab my green beans and get everything going. I'm going to salt and pepper up my chicken like it says to, season it up. We're going to sear it until it is pretty much brown on both sides. It will not be fully cooked through, but it will finish up in the oven. Okay, so we're going to get started on the chicken. I'm just going to spray it really well with some olive oil spray, and then we're going to put the chicken in. I've already salt and peppered on one side, so I'm going to lay it down and then salt and pepper the other side once I get them in the skillet. Okay, so chicken is in here. The skillet needs to get hot for sure, but I'm going to go ahead and salt and pepper, and I'm just going to sear it on each side for a few minutes until it is nice and golden brown. One trick that I learned is something is ready. You know, sometimes things will stick in a stainless steel skillet. If it's kind of sticking and you're trying to turn it, that means it's not ready to turn. If it's not sticking, then that means it is ready to turn. So I'm going to cook them until they easily come up and turn them over, and then just make sure both sides are seared, and then we'll set it aside, and then we'll come back and make our sauce. My water over here is boiling really good, so I'm going to go ahead and put my noodles in. They will finish way before the chicken does, but that's okay. I can go ahead and divide that out and have them ready to plate up. And again, I am using the Fiber Gourmet pasta, and I did salt my water, but I'm just going to cook this for about 7 minutes. So my little timer right here, 7 minutes. Okay, we'll be back once we get the chicken almost done and get checked in. I have the green beans going, pasta's in there. Give it a little stir. Chicken is starting to cook now, so I'll be back once we're about ready to take the chicken out and make the sauce. Okay, so I just took the chicken out of the skillet. It's still pretty hot. I'm trying to turn the heat down. We need to go ahead and add in the garlic, the thyme, and the red pepper flakes, and we're going to let that cook for just a minute. So I'm going to go ahead, instead of a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, I'm just going to do like a little bit close to a tablespoonful. It calls for a tablespoon of dried thyme. I'm going to go ahead and just do like 1.5 tablespoons. I'm afraid this is going to start burning before I can even get it out. That should be good. And then we also need 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. I'm just going to do like 2 tablespoons of the minced garlic that I love to use, because then I don't have to chop it up. I'm not going to let this cook very long because it's very hot. It says for about a minute, but that's probably about all I'm going to do so that I can cool it down. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the chicken broth and the half and half. Hear that? That immediately cooled it down. And then the sun-dried tomatoes. I'm going to give this a stir and try to scrape some of this stuff off the bottom. That's the good bits from the chicken on the bottom there. And we're going to go ahead and put in the sun-dried tomatoes. I'm just going to put the whole pack in. And we're going to do the Parmesan cheese. I'm going to do 1/2 cup, and then a little more salt. I'm just going to basically let this simmer for a couple of minutes, then the chicken goes back in, and then it goes in the oven. Once this gets to a simmer, then it will pretty much be done. So I'm going to increase the heat on it, and we'll be right back to put the chicken in. Okay, so our sauce is at a nice boil now, so I think I'm ready to go ahead and put the chicken back in, and then we are going to put it in the oven. So I'm going to take my chicken and we're just going to put it in here and then just kind of spoon the sauce over the top of it. Okay, so chicken's in. And you just want to kind of make sure that it's covered with the liquid a little bit, and we're going in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. And that's all it is to make Marry Me chicken, and it is delicious. And I do feel like I've got plenty of sauce, as long as it doesn't evaporate in the oven, for the pasta as well. So in the oven, it's going 375 for 20 to 25 minutes. Alrighty, here is the Marry Me chicken fresh out of the oven. I have plated up the pasta and the green beans, so I'm just going to place the chicken over the top of the pasta. I did weigh out the pasta so that I could have it evenly dispersed. Then of course just filled the other ends of the containers with the green beans. So let me get the chicken and stuff in here, and then I will show it to you once it is completed. Okay, so here is the Marry Me chicken plated over the top of the pasta with the green beans. It smells delicious. What really makes it smell delicious is the sun-dried tomatoes, to be honest. put sun-dried tomatoes on anything and it's delicious. So the pasta is, well, it's 2 points per serving, but technically that was only a 4-serving bag. So I'm not exactly sure if it will calculate out to a full 2 points for the pasta. The Marry Me chicken, it's probably going to be about 3 points. So you're probably looking at a 5 to 6 point meal here, which I don't think is too bad for pasta, delicious chicken, and of course some green beans. So this meal is done. We're going to move on to the taco bowls. Okay, this one's going to be a quick one because I'm probably not going to show every step because I've done taco bowls on here a ton. I mean, literally, I'm just going to make taco meat for me from some 99% lean ground turkey and some for Charlie. And I use this Frontera taco seasoning mix. I just split it between the two. And then we each will get half a packet of the Taco Bell seasoning and half a packet of the hot and spicy. Nothing wants to stand up. And then I am going to drain and rinse 2 cans of black beans and 2 cans of whole kernel corn. I will just literally line up in the bowl the meat, the beans, and the corn. We heat it up on the night that we're going to eat it. We can make it into quesadillas, burritos, taco salads, whatever you name it. So I'm going to get these going. I have separate skillets out here for it. So I'm going to brown the meat, basically salt and pepper, and add in half of each one of these to each skillet. So of course it's going to fall over again, and that's the way it's been going today. But we are getting close to the end of today's meal prep. It really hasn't been that bad. I just have to shred up my chicken for my salads and make our dessert, and then I will be done. So I'm going to get these going. This should be pretty quick, and then I'll just show it to you once it's all finished. Okay, here are the taco bowls. These in the front are mine with the ground turkey, and then here is Charlie's with the ground beef. Again, these are super easy, super simple to make. Highly recommend these. You can mix it up if you don't like beans or corn or whatever. You could just make the meat and, you know, just put it on lettuce, make taco salads, whatever. I like to actually use my Olay Extreme Wellness wraps and put the mixture in them, just a little sprinkle of fat-free mozzarella cheese, and toast it on both sides, and it is so delicious. So highly recommend these, and they are pretty low in points for mine with the turkey. I think it comes out to 2 points per bowl, but corn and beans are 0 points for me on my plan. So got this done. I'm going to shred up my chicken real quick, and then all we have to do is make the muffins. Okay guys, real quick, I just wanted to show you my shredded chicken breast, and I just store it like this in the fridge, and then we'll just add it to my salads fresh. I will make it the night before, and I like to put the craisins and some sliced almonds in there and some grapes. And then I like the honey mustard Boathouse Farms dressing, which is very difficult to find around here. I think Sprouts is literally the only place here where I can get it. But chicken is done. All we have left to do now is make our chocolate 2-ingredient muffin cupcake things. All right guys, we are going to make the 2-ingredient chocolate cupcakes. So you need a Dr. Pepper, chocolate, or I guess it's a Devil's Food sugar-free Pillsbury cake mix, or any kind of sugar-free cake mix probably. I think chocolate is the best way to go with these. I've never tried it any other flavor. I've already put my sugar-free cake mix in there. We're going to put the Dr. Pepper in, stir it up, and make some muffins. Usually I get 12 to 15. I'm hoping I can just squeeze it into 12 because I don't want to mess up another pan just for 3 muffins, but we will see. I'm going to put almost all of this in. I usually save just a little bit just to make sure that I need it. So that's almost all of it. We're going to stir it up really good, and it is amazingly delicious. And I think these come out to 3 points each when I make 12. Every time I go to Walmart, I like to stock up on these sugar-free cake mixes. It's about the only place I can find them. Sometimes I can get them at Publix and Kroger, but Walmart always has the best stash of them. So I am going to go ahead and probably use the rest of the Dr. Pepper. It's feeling a little thick. So a 20-ounce Dr. Pepper. No, that's a 16-ounce Dr. Pepper, 16.6 ounce. And 1 sugar-free cake mix. And it's amazing how good these taste. And you could probably use like cherry coke, whatever you wanted to use. I've just always used the Diet Dr. Pepper. Okay, so I have that mixed up pretty good. We are going to go in the muffin tin. I may have to get another muffin tin out, but we will see. I'm just going to use like an ice cream scoop to scoop it out. Okay, so I did get them to fit all into 12. They are really full, which means they'll probably kind of like overflow a little bit, but I'm okay with that. They don't have to look pretty as long as they taste delicious. So we're going to go in the oven 350 degrees probably for about 15 to 17 minutes. We will see. The batter was a little bit runny. Maybe I shouldn't have put the whole Dr. Pepper in, but I think it will be fine. So 350 until they are done. Alrighty guys, here are my muffins. Chocolate muffins fresh out of the oven, or cupcakes, whatever you want to call them. I knew that they would kind of come over the tops because they were so full, but that is okay. They are feeling nice and not overly firm. They're still a little bit soft. They need to cool. They're actually really hot. I just took them out, but these are done. So this is going to finish up today's meal prep. So I just wanted to close out and say thank you to all of you who have been watching my videos and my meal prep videos. Please leave me some comments and stuff down below. Leave me a little love, give me a little like, and if you haven't yet followed, go ahead and give me a follow as well, because it really helps out my channel. I love you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Love y'all. Bye.